Welcome to Resistance Chicks. I'm Michelle. This is my sister Leah. We want to bring you what Trump had to say for the French elections.
We got a ton of backlash because he says, "Hey, oh man, this is really bad. Looks like another." He says it looks like another terror accident or incident, right? Well, the media rips him apart. You don't jump to conclusions, blah blah blah. Where actually the French government, they said it first.
Right.
So it's just this weird, twisted thing that everything. But I actually love it. I have come to the place where if they are agreeing with Trump or praising Trump, there's something wrong. So when they don't, I'm all for it. Okay,
Yep.
But because they're evil and it helps me to see this clearly. Okay, so President Donald Trump stepped into Europe's volatile national politics on Friday, expressing support for the far-right French presidential candidate Marine Le Pen, an immigration hardliner.
Who is aligned with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Right, exactly.
It's always coming back to the Russians.
So Trump called Le Pen the strongest on borders, and she's the strongest on what's going on in France. Like, duh. This is not like a thing, right? Trump told the AP he was not making a formal endorsement ahead of Sunday's vote in France, expected to produce two finalists for the May 7th runoff vote to replace outgoing President Francois Hollande. But the comments reignited alarms in Europe and the U.S. about Trump's commitment to the continent's key institutions, including the European Union and the NATO alliance. You know, I just have to wonder what, seriously, the European Union bureaucrats are doing in closed rooms over this. Yeah. Their whole livelihood, their money train, the way they live, their nice posh offices, their nice living in Belgium and in Brussels. I mean, it's all getting ready to fall apart on this election. I mean, they've got to have something up their sleeves. I mean, I wanted to bring you this story where in Turkey, where they have it on video where a guy goes in with an election officer out of the ballot booth, comes back and sticks 5
and this
ballots in there. So I have heard rumors that there would possibly be some
election fraud. You think a little bit, probably, yeah. Everybody, all of you keep telling me and Leah, and you leave in these comments because we're very optimistic about the people of France, and they all keep saying if they let her win. And that is very key, and that's one of the things that we looked at here in the United States with Trump, is that there was a lot of election fraud and he still won regardless.
Right. And I do want to bring you a piece of a conspiracy theory because The Economist magazine, and I kind of want to do a whole clip on this,
which I thought we already had, but Leah tells me we haven't. We talk enough about it here.
They came out with on tarot cards on the front of their
terror, like witchcraft and stuff.
On the 2017 magazine cover. And on one of them it has Marine Le Pen going up on this wheel.
Right.
And Gert going up, and then Merkel going down. And so, you know, part of me's like, are you organizing this too?
It's like a puppet master with strings.
I really do feel like there's only a few people that control the world in some way. And I do believe that the whole mass immigration and migration into Europe is to eventually cause a war. I think we do need to be aware and not fall into the trap. Now, first of all, listen, you have to protect yourself. But realize that in doing so, you have to say to the puppet masters, I ain't going to be
your puppet.
Controlled by you either.
No.
So we have to be really aware and pray for a lot of wisdom in what's going on, because there are puppet masters arranging this whole thing. You think that this mass migration was just somebody just
woke up one day and said,
you know what,
I just have this heart, this bleeding heart for these people.
No, this was all orchestrated. For real. Okay, so back to Trump. He's always getting in trouble. So a tweet in which Trump said that the Thursday shooting he believed to be an act of terrorism would have a big effect on the country's election. And then this guy, Thomas Wright, says he can't help himself. He's this guy, Thomas Wright, is an expert on U.S.-European relations. It shows that he's never going to normalize. He's been told to behave. He's gotten briefings and met European leaders. He sat down with Miss Merkel and she said, you know, you can't do this to us. You can't.
But now something's happened.
In the form of a suspected terror attack, and he can't help himself. Many European officials restrained himself. Many European officials and experts believe that Trump's senior strategist, Steve Bannon, who has applauded the continent's nationalist movements, may be influencing Trump's view. He has Bannon telling him that Le Pen's not such a bad person. So she is a bad person in your eyes? Well, we can hear her words, and we can hear Macron's words, and we can say, Le Pen is going to save France, and Macron is just going to continue on flushing it down the toilet.
I don't know what this right guy, I mean, he's obviously an idiot. He says Trump has been told to behave, and he has met with the European leaders. Meaning the European leaders and their cronies have told Trump to behave. What does that even mean?
Trump hasn't said very much about the French campaign until Friday. At a news conference with Italian Prime Minister Piero Gentiloni just the day before, he dodged the question about the French vote. And he answered a question about the European Union with a clear show of support. A strong Europe is very, very important to me, which is... Okay.
A strong Europe?
You can say that. I can say that. You know? So... Trump's always getting in trouble for this or that, and I love it when he does, because when the bureaucrats and the bureaucrats and the globalists are upset, then I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you, Trump.
All right, so that wraps up this report. This is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it is not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring that bell for notifications, and find us on Facebook and Twitter. We love you, God loves you, and God bless.
I wanted to give you this quote from Trump. He branded NATO as an obsolete sinkhole for U.S. taxpayer dollars, and he described the EU as a bureaucratic drag on the continent's economic growth and an unfair trading partner.
Mic drop.
I was called